As Ripple grew in popularity, we began to notice a lot of speculation about the ongoing case against the SEC. What do you think the case's outcome will be? And what are the possible consequences if XRP loses the case? Keep watching until the end of the video to learn everything there is to know about the case. Welcome XRP fans, let's help the XRP HUD community grow by pressing the like and subscribe button. Let's get started with the video right now. We'll delve deeper into the XRP price charts in order to determine the possible outcomes of the coin's recent progress. Prices have been moving sideways in the short term. This does indicate that prices may continue to rise in the long run. In terms of short-term objectives, this sideways movement is likely to continue at least until the case is resolved. There have been some bullish factors influencing the prices as well. One of them is the new bill that is currently being debated. The bill will clear all allegations against XRP by clearly stating that it is a digital asset. The only inconsistency in that case will be the retroactive applicability of laws that were enacted much later after the case began. The case is still in Ripple's hands, based on precedents. However, the verdict will be determined by the court. The setup in the chart is similar to what we saw with Bitcoin in 2016 and 2017. The resemblance reveals a lot about the price increase's potential. All of the predictions we make will be based on historical data. Much of what will happen tomorrow can be predicted based on previous events. The long consolidation that occurred in Bitcoin during those years bears a striking resemblance to XRP's current state. Despite the fact that the reasons for the consolidation of both coins are completely different, we may be able to see a much greater impact on the prices due to the similarities observed in both cases. Regardless of the outcome, we will have to wait until a final decision is reached. We can be certain that these are the final stages of the accumulation that has been taking place for some time. As previously stated, the government appears to be in the process of introducing legislation that will permit the use of cryptocurrencies in the United States of America. However, there will be strict oversight to prevent any inconsistencies, frauds, or tax evasion. In one way, this is good news for the community because it ensures the use of cryptocurrencies, unlike China, which recently banned Bitcoin. The alert posted by Fight for the Future is one of the most important pieces of news circulating on Twitter. The red alert is intended to remind everyone about the potential for mass surveillance under the government's proposed legislation. This Twitter post has been shared by a large number of people, many of whom are well-known figures in the field of cryptocurrency. Fortunately for the community, those who are opposed have proposed a few amendments that may be beneficial to the community. Brian Brooks, the CEO of Binance US, and Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, are among the people who have shared this Twitter post a lot. In fact, Gary Gensler is well known for his anti-market rants. His remarks on the cryptocurrency market have caused quite a stir. When this is combined with SEC's current stance, many members of the SEC community have taken to expressing their displeasure with him. People have also begun to say that, even if they have little knowledge of the laws and court proceedings, they believe that if Gary Gensler said anything other than there is plenty of clarity already, it would have already harmed Ripple's fair notice defense. This Twitter user also likes how he used his fair notice defense for his team in a clever way by saying that he played his cards correctly. Many of the people watching this may not be aware of the story behind this tweet. In fact, Gary Gensler was questioned about how the case was progressing and when the community would learn the outcome of the case. In response to this question, he stated that the case already has enough clarity and that there is no need for more. This response sparked a lot of questions, and the problem arose as a result. Many people in the community were taken aback by the response, which came as a complete surprise to me. From his point of view, the decision he made was the best for him because the comments he would make could have an impact on the case at hand. As we saw in the previous tweet, standing in his shoes, this could have been the ideal response to the question. Many people in the community were offended by his attitude toward the question that was being asked. This raised a lot of questions about how things might progress, as well as why a person in his position would respond in such a vague manner. The words he used clearly demonstrated his trust in himself, as well as his distaste for cryptocurrencies. Now, if we apply some interpretations, we believe the SEC is clearly not ready to allow users to make their own decisions. What we mean is that the SEC appears to want the ability to pick the right and wrong cryptocurrency from a pool of all cryptocurrencies. The SEC looks really bad because of this arbitrary demand for power. This could also be the reason why intelligent people like Elon Musk have publicly stated that he has no respect for the SEC. He even stated in one of his Twitter posts that SEC stood for ELINS, and that the middle acronym stood for SEC. He said something bold, and it was one of the most amazing things he'd ever said. Brian Armstrong has written a detailed report on what could happen if the proposed regulations are passed without many changes. He believes that a large number of people will be classified as brokers, resulting in a slew of new regulations for them. Things may become much more difficult as a result of this. He then uses smart contracts as an example, claiming that they are not organizations. With the amendment, all smart contracts may be regarded as a broker, or in other words, as an intermediary, and all regulations governing them will be significantly strengthened. Furthermore, because these smart contract creators are not businesses, it would be inappropriate to request KYC information or issue additional 1099s. To put it another way, these are just pieces of software that run on the blockchain and are available to anyone, not just companies. The issue here is that there is no level playing field between traditional currencies, so the extra fees levied on cryptocurrencies were not justified. The bill imposes a massive number of reporting requirements on top of all the requirements that have been placed on them. This will force exchanges like Coinbase and others to monitor customer transactions in ways that have never been done before. In fact, the breadth of this observance is even greater than that of the existing traditional finance options. To avoid this, many people have been working to ensure that the issue reaches their senators and that the bill does not become law. As a result, the debate over cryptocurrency regulation may not come to a conclusion in the near future. There's a good chance we'll have to wait a long time before we get into the real deal. Many people, including Brian, have stated that the SEC has no jurisdiction over pure commodities such as trading venues, wheat, gold, oil, or even crypto asset. The SEC current stance appears to be dangerous for any cryptocurrency because it lacks foundation. Everything will most likely be dictated by the SEC whims and fancies. In any case, we have a question for you. Do you own XRP? Please let us know in the comments section below. If you want to learn more about XRP, there are 2 more videos on the end screen that you should watch. Please subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, my friend, and I hope to see you in the next video. Please keep in mind that cryptocurrency prices fluctuate frequently, so by the time you watch this video, it may have changed to a completely different value. You should not treat any of the content in this video as investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other type of advice. The information in this video is provided solely for educational purposes and should not be construed as financial advice. Before making any investment decisions, do your own due diligence and consult with your financial advisor.